Welcome back to CodinGame. It's been half a year since the last one. The last competition was in December, the winter challenge. There was a spring challenge which I was going to do, but then I realized it wasn't a bot programming thing. It was one of those company interview style things that I don't really care about anymore. So but we got another bot programming. And I only just noticed it today, so apparently we're like 3 days in. I totally forgot. Well, they didn't send me the email. Like, what's the point of me signing up for notifications and I don't get them? Okay, well, anyway. Still got 11 days. 11 days and a bit. So, I know nothing about this. What is the... Oh, we got 3 players. Interesting. All right, so as always, we're in Wood 2 League to begin with. And, well, I mean, if you don't know what this even is, this is a challenge which many people have entered, in which you, using any of these languages, develop an AI, and that AI, which you package up, and then it gets run on this game which has been made, and it has like a interface and even audio, maybe, I don't know, but it has a really good visual representation of what your AI is doing, and basically your AI gets pitted against other people's AIs in a sort of kind of like a ELO style ranking system, and better AIs will progress to higher ranks and eventually higher leagues, of which there are currently 2 available. So when you get to the next league, you unlock new rules which you have to account for. This looks to be some sort of, it's like an Olympics game, some sort of hurdle race. It looks like a very simple description. That's what I like to see. Olimbits. Is that because there's an Olympics coming up? I have no idea. Oh, there is one. In France, isn't there? Don't care much about the Olympics, but anyway. Alright, so zoom in a bit. So they give you some starter code, most of which I'll... Oh, well, that's some pretty basic starter code. It's not as complex as in previous challenges. Okay, good. First thing I will do is just copy and helper method that I had in the previous countless tournaments. How do I get hold of that? I guess we want to go to past events and look at this. This was the last one. So this is my code. Copy this in. Oh wow. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just reminding myself of what kind of style I had here. I had a data class for the game. Should probably do that again. I was making heavy use of the data class decorator, which is awesome and just saves so much hassle. So we want this logging method is just very useful. It lets you log stuff. All right. Let's have a read. All right. Goal. End the game with a higher score than your opponent. Cool. Rules. Play multiple runs of the hurdle race minigame against 2 other players. To play, print either left, down, right, or up on each turn. Left, move forward by 1 space. Down, move forward by 2 spaces. Right, move forward by 3 spaces. Up, jump over 1 space, ignoring any hurdle on the next space and moving up, moving by 2 spaces. Okay. Jump over hurdles or you will collide with them, causing your agent to be stunned for 3 turns. The racetrack is 30 spaces long. Players begin on space 0. Wait, so when you jump over a hurdle... So you jump over whatever is in the next space. Okay, fine. Okay. The racetrack is 30 spaces long. I guess we should make that a constant. Players begin on space 0. When a player reaches the end, the race ends. 2 things will then occur. According to the position on the racetrack, each player is awarded a gold, silver, or bronze medal. The minigame resets. That means that for 1 turn, all input is ignored. After 100 turns, your final score is number of silver plus number of gold times 3. Okay. The minigame is running on an old arcade machine. Your program will receive the 8 registers used internally by the machine. GPU containing a string and reg 0 to reg 6 containing integers. ASCII representation of the racetrack. Okay. The stun timer is the number of turns remaining of being stunned. During a reset turn, the GPU register will show game over. Okay, fine. First line, player IDX, an integer to indicate which agent you control in the mini games. Alright. The number of simultaneously running mini games for this league is 1. Okay. Simultaneously running, you say? Oh god. That means we press up, down, left, right, and it's going to affect all those games simultaneously? I assume that's what they mean. Ooh, okay. Next 3 lines. 1 line per player, ordered by player IDX. String. Score info containing a breakdown of each player's final score. In this league, it contains 4 integers. So I guess right now we don't care about our final score because it is what it is. It's not going to affect our strategy, probably. Like there's some rare cases where it might, like you're neck and neck with the person who's last, and you can see where you are, so you realize you should play a bit more risky if you want to get past them or something. I don't know, but we'll ignore it for now. Let's just focus on what we actually definitely need. Okay, so we've got score info. We're not going to store that. So for each game, there's only one. So we've got GPU and all these things. All right. You just output up, right, down, or left. Okay. All right, we can write a very basic program then, can't we? Which actually should do pretty well. If I can figure out how to move this thing down, I don't think you can. Okay. We don't really need this right now, because we'll literally see the length of it in the array. Okay, so just copying. Is that mine? That was my rank? Oh, that's better than I remember. That was not. That was gold, wasn't it? That was not. Certainly not legend. Okay, so all right, we'll just copy this general kind of approach here. So we want. Well, yeah, okay. So, all right, I'll probably do this stream for about maybe an hour or hour and a half or something. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll get to Silver League. No, not Silver League. It's not open yet. Bronze League within the stream. Okay, so we've got a class game. So what do we want to store? Just to say, let's say the GPU. Well, no. I mean, what is the semantic meaning of what comes in the GPU? It will be the racetrack. Okay, so let's say race track equals. Well, that's not how you define. No, it's a data class, so you want to say do it like this. Okay, so we've got the racetrack. We want my position. That would be an int. What else? Hello, Amara. It's a new CodinGame competition. I didn't realize this was running, but it started 2 days ago. For some reason, I didn't get the email notification. So it's similar to the last one I streamed, which was just after Advent of Code. In fact, it was running at the same time as Advent of Code, which was annoying because can't juggle those two things simultaneously. But yeah, it's a new challenge. This one seems to be, we're programming a kind kind of like an Olympics hurdle track game. I'm about to run the program and see it visually. This first league looks really basic though. We know where we are in the racetrack. Stun timer. I would say stun timer doesn't even matter. Like if we're stunned, we can still tell him to move left, right, up, down. He just won't do it. So we don't care about stun timers. So we can literally it's just that. So then we can say define left. Just print the word left. Is it capitals? Yeah. So, okay, we'll just put them in the order that they are specified. Up, right, down, left. Define, decide. So we want to say, look at my racetrack, look at my position. We should have a method for don't do anything, but you have to do something. But we can just make it default to left, I guess, I don't know. Oh, you're not allowed to do that. Okay. So if all right, if not self.racetrack. So if we don't have a racetrack, that means we're kind of in between games. So let's just do that. So if we do have a racetrack, then we want to look at our position. Well, we don't even care what's in our position. We care what's ahead. So let's do check. So the fastest move we can do is to run forward 3 spaces. But we don't want to get stunned. Right. So we want to see where the next hurdle is within those 3 spaces. And if there is none, then we'll just run forward 3 spaces. Otherwise, we run up to the hurdle, and then next turn we'll jump over it. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is check it. Is there a hurdle right in front of us? No. Let's say find closest hurdle within 3 spaces, right? So it's none to begin with. So for I in range, so starting from just in front of us, so self.my pause +1 and ending three spaces ahead of us, so yeah. If self.racetrack, so if that is a hash, that means there's a hurdle. So closest hurdle, tell you what, we can just do this. For closest it's fine. Closest hurdle equals I break out of this for loop. All right. So now we've got all the data we need. If closest hurdle is well, we might go out of bounds, just say if I is less than length so it's within bounds. So if closest hurdle was right in front of us, then self.jump. In other words, we do up. Else if, or we can just say if closest hurdle is +2, that means we want to move forward 1 space. So we do self.left turn. If it's +3, then we go forward 2 spaces. And if we fall here, then we did not find any closest hurdles, so basically we can just go forward as far as we can. So self.right, go forward 3 spaces. I assume it's fine if you go off the end of the track. Okay. So all that's left to do is, we've got to fetch the inputs. So we want to create a new game each turn, might as well. We're not remembering anything from previous turns. Okay. Game equals new game. Game dot rate. Okay. If GPU equals or not equal to, so what's the game over screen? Game over, like that. Game dot racetrack equals GPU. All right, so we set that. Okay, fine. Game.racetrack equals GPU. Yeah, oops. Equals GPU. Oh, no, we set it here. So it's going to be GPU if else it will be just empty string, I suppose. And here it will be what? Reg. Player 1, player 2, player 3. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to do this. Reg 0, reg 1, reg 2, and we have to index it with this value up here, which says which number we are, player IDX. There we go. Underscores. And then what? Just game dot decide. Let's try running that. Which one are we? We're at the top. Ooh. Ha! Those fools! They're just trying to run through. Is it ever wise to run through? No, because you get stunned for 3 turns. That's a lot of turns. This is optimal. This is mathematically optimal. Like, we've got the maximum possible score. We can't be beaten. Like, what situation could you possibly... Suppose if you've got a lot of densely dense hurdles where you have hurdles next to each other, you might no, because even then there's no reason to. Yeah, no, this is the optimal program, isn't it? I can't think of any situation where you wouldn't do what I'm doing. All right, is this... Are we done? We can just kind of skip ahead. 21 points, yeah. All right, this should just win this league because I don't see how this could possibly be beaten. If anyone beats us, I will be very... Oh, there's no people in Wood 2 League. You have defeated the boss in a best-of-5 match. In this league, you will play 4 games of hurdle race simultaneously. Wait, is there no rank? What's going on here? Oh, because we haven't actually submitted it, that's fine. Okay, fine. Well, should we just submit it anyway? Just so we get a rank. Okay. Right, we're losing, as is expected. But why are we just fighting... Boss? Why are we just fighting bosses? I don't know. Maybe it's just a bit buggy right now. Okay, so, see what's changed. Oh, in Wood Leagues, your submission will only fight the boss in the arena. Win a best of 5 to advance. Then why do I have a rank? Oh, I have a rank because everyone below me is just still in Wood 2. That's why I have a rank, I guess. No, why is my rank changing then? I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, so, each player is hooked up to 4 different arcade machines, and each of these machines is running the hurdle race minigame. Your code can read the 8 registers used internally by the machine's GPU. What those values represent is different for each game. The game is played in turns. On each turn, all players perform one of 4 possible actions. So you still perform one action. So we basically have 4... How many? 4 games running simultaneously. So we get 4 copies of this. We get all of this 4 times. Also, we do care about the stun now. Should we... Okay, there's different strategies here. One could be just do whatever the best move is for whichever one of your players is kind of like lagging behind the most. Should we just do that? Like, that's not necessarily the best thing to do, because if two of your hurdlers are close together, then you don't necessarily want one of them to hit a hurdle. If there's a move that can get them both forward a bit, that's still decent. But we could try this strategy to begin with. Just try to get the guy who's at the back as far forward as we can. Hello, Telmo Cardo Sojo. Oh, nice. You're doing summer challenge as well. Did you just start today? I guess it's been running for 2 days. But yeah, I just started now. Oh, I'm trying to think how to do Wood 1 now. I think I'm just going to do something simple and say whichever game I'm kind of like behind the most on, I'll just focus on that game. It probably is not good enough to beat the league, but he'll give us a starting point. And I realized one thing, we're fighting boss 2 and boss 2, and they have the same script, so they tend to finish at the same time. Yeah, it makes sense, because you can't actually our actions don't affect them. Unless they use RNG, but they don't usually do that, so yeah. Yeah, so we really just have to beat both bosses. In a normal situation with more players, the score will be distributed. Yeah. We've had some competitions in the past like that, I remember. Not many. There was the cooking game, which was based on the Overcooked video game. That was a... Oh no, that was a cooperative game, and that wasn't 3 players, that was 2 players. No. There was another one which was 3 players, competitive, and I can't remember what that was. Yeah, the cooking one was a twist, because the cooking one was cooperative. You had to work with your opponent, but then you were there were 3 people, so each pair has to work cooperatively in a separate game. And then you're ranked according to that. So you still want to cooperate with your partner, but you still want to beat the 2 people in the three-way game by how well you cooperate. It was a weird twist on it. But yeah, okay, so I guess let's just find the smallest. Just find the game where we're behind the most, but we're not stunned. That's probably what we need to do. Right now, I always win in 2 of the 4 games. So boss 1 should win the other, and boss 2 the or that they both win the second. So even though I gain more, I can't reach it. I see. This is a new approach they've done. Normally, you're against other people in all the wood leagues. That they've always done it that way. Even in these games where we have 3 people or 4 people. Okay, so maybe it's server costs. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. It's pretty expensive running their servers, so maybe they just wanted to reduce the amount of server load. Just let the newbies fight the boss until they're ready. I'm ranked 284. We'll have to try and beat them. 284. Wait, so which league are you in? Are you in the Bronze League? Like, I don't even understand what the rank means if there's nobody, if there's no actual leaderboard within the league. Oh, is it like a rank based on repeated games against the CPU? Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe the remaining 400 people are just still in Wood 2. So it just puts me wherever the bottom is, where everyone below me is in a lower rank, in a lower league. I don't think it's actually... Oh, I don't know. Oh, but if you're in the same league, you would... Yeah, okay, I don't know. Alright, so if we want to... Alright, let's say my... So we want to know what my position is. So my pause equals, and that's just this thing here. Also, this shouldn't have been within that for loop. Okay, my pause. And we want to know my stun. And that's just basically... Reg 3, 4, 5. So what am I trying to do here? We're trying to... All right, let's say weakest racetrack equals none. Weakest pause equals none. So we're gonna just pick the weakest game and just try to do the best we can in that weakest game. I don't think that's gonna pass this league, but I'm not gonna stream that long for this session anyway. I don't want to overwhelm myself. And then we go through each of these games one by one. Let me say... If my stun equals 0, okay, we only care about the games where we're not stunned, because it doesn't matter what you do when you're stunned. All right, if my stun is 0, okay, let's say if weakest pos is none, or my pos is strictly less than weakest pos, we found the new weakest pos. So then we say weakest racetrack equals race track, no, GPU, weakest pos equals my pos. All right. So when we finish this, we say game equals game so we just say we create a game with the weakest racetrack. It might be none. That's valid. It could be game over. If so, we say if race GPU is not equal to game over and my start is 0. So that is a condition for us to be able to do something. So then we just say weakest racetrack weakest pos. None, you're not allowed none. Fine, just do that because pos equals -1, doesn't matter. And then we just run the game as normal on that weakest game. So it might do bad things for some of the other games and cause them to stun, and then get stuck on a stun timer or whatever. Just try it and see what happens. All right, see what happens. We're at top 1. So we're getting people crashing, but we are trying to keep the lagging guy ahead. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, we didn't get gold there, but we got 3 golds. Now, if we're winning in 3 games, we can afford to lose on purpose in the 4th one, can't we? Also, my notion of weakest isn't quite correct here because we may be several games behind. So weakest game doesn't mean how far back you are. Weakest game is the game where you're the furthest behind your opponents, right? Not how physically far back you are, because that's a meaningless value, but how far back you are from whoever's in the lead. Yeah, they're starting to beat me now. So, so weakest game really means your pos minus whoever's in the lead. So kind of like, well, yeah. All right, let's redefine what weakest means then. But yeah, it's kind of weird because I guess one thing you can do is just choose one game to give up on and just try and focus on the other 3 games. Because if you can more consistently win in those other 3 games, then I don't know. This is tricky. Okay, well let's first fix this weakest thing because that's all wrong. So I don't care about where my position is because the races are all desynced. Like they may be in their next race, their second race, their third race at different times. So I care about just my position subtract the position of whoever's in the lead. So if it's 0, that means that like that's the best. That means I'm in the lead. Ah, but no, we should. We still want a positive value if we're ahead of them. So what do I mean? Okay, if I'm behind, if I'm not winning, I want it to be the number of spaces I am behind whoever's in front. And if I'm winning, I want it to be the number of spaces I am in front of whoever. So basically it needs to be what is the word? Like, what is a nice word for describing this? Like not your score, but your it's like your prediction, your lead, like how far ahead you are. Okay, let's call it lead. Weakest lead. Where am I? Here. Okay, weakest racetrack, weakest lead equals just whatever, just call it 0. Alright, so how do we calculate our lead here? It's a bit confusing. Okay, so okay, if my position equals the max, hang on, let's just positions equals this sort it so that it's in ascending order. If my pos equals whatever is to the right, on the rightmost, that means I'm in the best place. I'm in the lead. My lead equals my pos minus whoever's in second place. I care only about winning, because that's the goal. That's really where the points are. So let's just say positions 2, positions 1. Else, my lead equals my pause minus whoever's actually at the front. So it'll be negative. Okay. All right. So weakest. My lead is less than the weakest lead. Oh, we still have to record the position though. I'm just making this so confusing. There's probably a way better way to phrase this all. Okay, so we're saying if weakest racetrack my lead. So if this has got a worse lead than the worst we've seen so far, then we just store this new set of things. And then we just use the weakest track and the weakest pause and then just run the game on that. It's a bit of a mess. Let's see if that improves things. So what was the score I got? 150 versus 9,000. Why is there such a disparity there? Like, your score is... Number of silver medals plus number of gold medals times 3. How the heck do they get 9,000? Is that actually the score? Oh, fuck. They're multiplied together. Oh my god. So if you got 0 in one game, you actually get a total score of 0. So you really got to win every game. That is one crazy scoring system. Multiply them together. There's a thread in the forum saying the scores might not be correct. You have 150, so you didn't have no 0. Yeah, I know that. But I was just surprised these numbers were so big. I didn't realize they're actually multiplying the 4 together. But I mean, fine. It's probably correct then. That's how it works. Multiply together. God, so... But that kind of means it's much better to get 4 decent scores than like 1 amazingly good score and 3 bad ones. because the 4 decent scores will multiply together to give a bigger number, because that is like the optimum product, is where the numbers are equal. So that actually rules in favor of this weakest racetrack strategy, because we want to try and keep all the scores consistently not bad. Okay, I don't know. Try running it. In that case, we should really be looking at the score per minigame, as well as, yeah, you know what? We did we really do better? Like, they got like 30,000 now. 17 gold medals, bloody hell. This is gonna be hard. Alright, fine. So, I reckon what we should actually be doing is looking at the game where we have the worst overall score and trying to improve. But then we'll really cause chaos in all the other games. Oh man, this is really... I think next stream I'm gonna have to overhaul this and come up with a kind of a more of a simulation approach, where we actually try up, down, left, right, look at where you end up in all 4 games and try to evaluate what is going to happen, like predict how much time you've lost due to stuns. Like, you can sort of predict what your final score is going to be using an estimate. And whenever you hit a hurdle, like, you know you're stunned for 3 turns, so you've lost a lot of progress there. So you can just try all 4 moves, one after the other, see what leads to the best predicted score, and pick that one. So it's a simulation approach. Because this is too contrived. Like, I'll only keep changing it and adding in things, and it's not looking at a more... It's overfitting. Nevertheless, I could try factoring in my current minigame score. Do we even have that as a value? Are we not told the score? We've got to calculate it ourselves. But that's a pain, because that means you need to look at what the previous game was, and if it's game over, you need to work out who won by looking at where everyone was standing before. Whatever. I can't be bothered to do that, but they don't actually give us our score, so I won't use it then. Is there anything I can do that's somewhat sensible here? We don't know how many resets we've had either. You gotta record all this. Record things, can't be bothered to do that. Oh, you do get it. I missed that section there. It does tell you a score. Okay, fine. 3 integers per minigame. So this is telling you all your gold scores. So we can work out what my numerical score is. To say, golds equals golds equals int x for x in input dot split silvers. Bronze doesn't matter. Bronze does not affect anything. It's just there. Just fetch the input at least. So my scores equals, it's going to be golds I times 3 plus silvers I for I in range Hello, Ku. I only just found out that this competition was even running. Like, I didn't get the email. So I had no idea. And I only found out because I randomly decided to go to CodinGame website today, and I don't often do that. So, yeah, these wood leaks are kind of tricky to start with. I guess I'm gonna have to overhaul it because it's not this thing I'm doing where I'm just looking at whoever's falling behind the most and trying to help them. It's probably not actually the best strategy. I saw you'd streamed other stuff yesterday. I'm worried you weren't going to do it. Yeah, I had no idea. So our score is just, okay, how about this? We just say my score equals 1 for I in range number of games. There's an easy way to get out of wood if you want. I mean, it probably won't take me long. Next stream, I'm going to overhaul this and do a completely more simulation approach because this is a bit messy, but I'm just trying to see how far this gets me anyway. So it's my score times equal, yes, it's that. So my final score is the multiplication of those together. Oh, but that's not what I want. What I want is 4 individual scores. So that I know who's lagging behind. Oh, I see. Okay. If that's the case, then this is a surprisingly challenging wood league then. I don't know why they did it without players. I mean, they still could have had players in addition to the boss. That's what they did last time they had a 3-player thing. Okay, so we just do this. My scores equals what I had before. It's just... No. Hello, Mumi Jamala. What league are you in? Alright, so I've got my scores. You're in bronze. When does... Oh, okay, silver opens tomorrow. So I've got my scores. Alright, let's just say whoever's got the worst score will try and optimize their move. I mean, this sounds terrible. This is gonna be a mess. It's just gonna cause so many people to hit hurdles, but whatever. Okay. Let's say weakest score is just calculates how good each move would be for each track. Took the max. What's your measure of goodness? What are you maximizing? Like how fast you get to the end, or how fast you predict that guy will get. So like moving 3 squares would be 3 goodness. Okay, so amount of progress, the amount of physical movement you get. But if you move 3 squares, you get stunned. Okay, so it's like number of squares moved per turn, sort of like a kind of like a ratio. Wait, mine's 10. Oh, is that just a penalty you picked? Okay, fine. Okay. Sure, you noticed that there were a couple of typos in the game description. I don't think I noticed. I mean, I just skimmed it, really. Says you're stunned for 3 turns, but it's actually... Oh, wow. So these are typos that actually matter. Says you get 10 instance input, but you actually get 13. It looks like they fixed that. It says 13 now. Wait, is that what you're referring to? Okay. And what did you say about stunning? 3, then 2, then 1, 0. So it only stuns for 2 turns. Oh. So they're sort of implying it goes to 3, but then it instantaneously drops because it's like you're spending that turn using that amount of stun. So it's like stun changes to 3, and then stun drops by 1. Hello, Malcent Daily. I've just started this. It's going alright. I'm just trying to figure out this strategy where I'm just trying to see who's like doing the worst and trying to help them. I don't think it's gonna work though. No idea about games, but I've made several web apps. Well, this is more like, oops, this is more like AI oriented, really. I don't know if you've done any AI before. Right, so the only thing I need to change here is change score to be like a tuple. Let's just say none, whatever. Ah, no, we know what the score is. It's... Oh, no, we don't. Okay. Weakest score is gonna be my scores I so okay, so what I'm saying is whichever game has the worst score, and we're not talking about score relative to the opponents. Maybe we should be, but I just mean the worst raw score. No. We'll stick with raw score. Whoever has the worst raw score, that's the one that we're gonna do the best move for. Okay, and I realize already that this is just... I don't like this because it's just gonna cause people to run into hurdles and stuff. I'll just finish this line of thought, and then next time I'll just completely rewrite this. You needn't win every minigame, just the plurality or something. Well, I mean, if they're multiplying the scores together, then surely you just want every score to be just, like, decent. It's better to have every score not low than to have some scores high and some scores low. So that was the motivation for wanting to catch up. Because your score is optimal when correct, but if you fall behind, you can just write off this race as lost and try harder in the next one. Oh yeah, at the race level, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That would be better. But that, of course, I'd have to then, at that point, I'd have to guess whether whether I can make it or whether I should give up. All right, so at this point, if weaker sleeve, not using that anymore. So we're saying my score equals, so it's going to be this. Okay, so yeah, right now they're always optimistic that they could catch up. It's particularly hard here because both these bosses have the same AI, so you're just beating one guy, but he's getting double points essentially. Okay, I don't know. Let's try running this. All silvers. It was staying. Oh, he's just taken over us, but it was good. Alright, it's better than before. All it takes is... So yes, didn't have many silvers there. But I'm not really going to get many silvers because it's like they both have the same AI, so it's always going to be gold or bronze. So yeah, I really just need to have not only more golds, but more golds by a wide enough margin, because I'm never gonna have many silvers. So yeah, just basically yeah, but no, I'm thinking about this wrong. It's not more golds. I don't care about having more golds. I care about having a good, consistently high number of golds across the games, as I said before. So, like, if he had 13 golds in one game and 0 in the others, I would still beat him, even if I had like 2 golds in each. All right. Well, anyway, trying to think if there's anything could change here, or I'll just redo everything. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be having logic in the data fetching loop. Like, it's supposed to just feed all the data for all the positions of the individual games and let the game logic deal with that. All right, Telmo. Good luck yourself if you're oh yeah, you did say you're doing this as well. Yeah, you can feel free to. Where do I see my username on this? Should just be, oh, there. That's my username if anyone wants to follow me so that I appear in your leaderboard or whatever. Okay. Well, because it's like late at night for me, I wasn't really gonna do much of a stream here. I literally just found out this competition was live just now, so I quickly booted it up. I think I should probably just leave it there. I was gonna just go play games or something. So I might just do that. But maybe tomorrow in the afternoon, which will be better for me, I can actually sit down and redo this using, well, properly. This was just a hack. Like, I didn't mean to do all this logic within the input fetching loop. So yeah, basically what I should do is fetch all the data for all the games, feed them all here, and then, I mean, yeah, I was already thinking of something similar to what who was it? Mumi Jamala said about how good each move would be. I mean, that's basically the approach I take to most of these competitions, isn't it? Like, evaluate each move, come up with some sort of heuristic to describe how good that move is. And that's always a pretty good strategy. It's just really down to how good your goodness meter is. Yeah, I mean, ideally your goodness score would equate to some sort of real factor, like what your final score will be, which obviously you don't know, but you can kind of predict, guess something. Because if you look at the racetrack, you already know what the optimum number of steps it is to get to the end, because we've solved that before. So you can use that as the baseline, and like whatever move you do, either you're still on par with that optimum number of steps to get to the end, or you've lagged behind, so you've lost like 3 turns or something. What if I just jumped every turn? We just try doing that. I'm just curious what my score would be. It wouldn't even be that bad. Self-dot. What is jump? It's up. But I mean, we can make it better by not jumping when we can see all of them can move ahead. But it's not exactly terrible. Oh, that's pretty good. Wait, so okay, how would we fix this? We would actually run if we could. Oh, I suppose we could try this before the end of the stream. Hang on, so I basically would go back to what I was originally doing for the previous league and say work out what the closest hurdle was. And then just take the minimum of all of them. Just try this then. Let's just make a method here. Define get closest hurdle. This is just like, this method's not going to stay. It's just to, given a racetrack and a position, just copy this here. So we can say closest hurdle is let's say 4, because you can pretend it's 4 spaces ahead of you. So you would run 3 spaces ahead in this case. And then time range pause. Okay, so why have I done this? So now we can just say again, I'm doing something naughty, I'm just doing logic here, but we say just get rid of all this. We care about stuns though, so we can say my stun is that. Alright, so don't care about score. Care about this. Okay, so we say don't care about this. Okay, so we just say closest hurdle equals 4. If I'm not stunned, no, sorry, if I'm not stunned, that means that equals 0. We want closest hurdle equals min of closest hurdle, and just use this method here. So we say get closest hurdle We have to say if GPU is not equal to game over. We're doing this in a silly order. All right, whatever. Just say not using game right now. All right, closest hurdle. My position. Yeah. So basically, we're doing the best move we can do where we never let anyone hit a hurdle. Let's try that. I mean, is that what the enemy is already... No, it's not what the enemy's already doing, because they are actually hitting hurdles. I wonder what the enemy's actually doing. Maybe I should be paying closer attention to what they're doing, why they're doing what they're doing. Alright, well, anyway, oh, and then what? Oh, we have to do this logic. Okay, this is just... whatever. Just say... closest hurdle equals, so we're saying if it's 1, yeah, but this is not... My minus pause, okay. So if it's 1, game dot up. If it's 2, game dot left. Otherwise, if it's 3, game dot down. Else game dot right. Alright, let's try this. I bet this would be the best score I get yet. I don't know if I've actually coded that correctly. It can never be 0. No, yeah, it's always going to be... So we should never ever hit a hurdle. No, we are hitting every hurdle. What's going on? We're always outputting right. Closest hurdle's 4. So it's a minimum of whatever it was before, and game.get closest hurdle GPU. And my pause, okay. Oh, yeah, we need to stop using self. Yeah, this is a terrible way to do it. I'm breaking so many rules here. Okay, we were using the wrong racetrack. Well, we were using an empty string. Close. I mean, that was a pretty good score. Hang on, do we ever... No, 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 no. Why did we hit a hurdle there? Well, there's a problem. We're not supposed to ever hit a hurdle. Did we say... And if we're not ever hitting a hurdle, then we shouldn't even ever have stun not equal to 0. But the point of this was... Closest hurdle is 1. I minus... Oh my... No, that's fine. So if the hurdle is it right in front of us, we'll return 1. So we should get one of these saying 1. So let's log closest hurdle. I mean, the way this is working, we should never actually hit a hurdle. We were just doing this, the best thing we can do without hitting a hurdle. Oh, it's not possible. You can't avoid. You can't guarantee avoiding hitting hurdles because, of course, if you jump over a hurdle in one, you may land on a hurdle in the other. You can easily set up an example where it's impossible to avoid hitting hurdles. Okay, fine. So, it's pretty decent. Second place. Should we try submitting this then? So we're often getting second place. So we can take this once. How many battles does it do? What is the system anyway? Is it... Rank 48. So it's running what? That many trials? But it doesn't really show them. Okay. Rank 48. I mean, that's okay. That's an improvement. So we can take this one step further and say, oh, I like this approach now because it's... but we can... Did you already realize that going forward by 2, i.e. the down action, is useless? Ah, yeah, it is, isn't it? Suppose the way I've done this, though, it won't matter, but I probably should always jump. Wait. Go forward by 2. It means down, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's change that. It does matter for this, the way I've done this. There's probably situations where that would actually save me. Let's try that now. You're not even going to watch the 5 battles? Well, these 5. I don't understand what exactly this means. Is it just showing the last 5 out of more than 5 battles, or? Oh wait, it said something about this. Win a best of 5 to advance. Oh. So this rank is kind of, well, I don't know what this rank means, but oh, it's just I guess it's a measure of how close you were out of all the combinations you could have had. All right, fine. So you gotta win. You gotta strictly come first in at least 3 games. Okay. So the seconds and thirds don't really matter, it's just, I guess, the rank. It is sort of... Huh. Well, okay. I thought it was, I don't know, doing thousands of games or something, and these were just the last 5. It looks like I can just keep running this until I actually pass. I mean, if I'm... Yeah, that's pretty close, isn't it? Please prove you're not a robot. Ugh. Oh, come on. Is this appearing on stream? It is. So everyone can see I'm really a robot. That's a bridge. That's a bridge. That's a bridge. Is there a bridge in that one? No, there isn't. Oh god, that was not very good. So it looks like I win like 1 in 2 in, well, I don't know, a third of the time. So in theory, if I just ran it a few times, I would just pass, wouldn't I? Now that you're basically there, the logic I used to pass wood was this: if any of my guys is in front of a hurdle, then go up, otherwise go right. So basically just what I'm doing, except get rid of the left altogether. Oh, I see. And the second up. So if you change yours from up, left, up, right, to up, right, right, right. Okay. So basically just trying to really gain if you can ever gain spaces, then just go for it. Makes sense, because if you're moving 3 spaces in one turn, that's roughly like 1 space. Wait, that's... Yeah, okay, I can try this. Yeah, I'm trying to put the words right, but yeah, something like that. Averages out. What have we got now? Oh, they trust me this time. Can't really tell if that's better. Alright, well, either way, we've got a high enough probability that we'll get there. Yes, that should be it, right? Oh, 5! Yeah, it's not obvious that that would work, but yeah, I guess being aggressive is a pretty reliable strategy as long as you're gaining at least a space on every person, then sure, why not? You've defeated the boss in a best-of-5 match. In this league, you'll play 4 different games simultaneously. I suppose they wanted to save on server usage because it's probably costing them quite a bit to run the servers for the Wood Leagues, especially as it's lots of people. They're just getting more and more people. Well, not always, but they are generally getting more and more people entering, so kind of makes sense. If you this is basically the qualification round where they're not really spending much server time. Yeah, exactly. Alright, well that's a good place to leave it. Should we just take a sneak peek at the new rules? Oh, okay, it's completely different now. We've got archery, got roller speed skating. Okay, I'm not gonna read this now. So we've got hurdle race. I assume it's as before. Well, we'll do a full read next time. We've got archery. Nope. Read it, you have some time left. Well, I've not defined how much time I have left. No, it makes sense for me to read it next time so that it's fresh in my mind when I'm about to code it. Can't abandon your viewers just yet. Is anyone else? Oh, no, there isn't. I've been checking this every now and then. There's not really that many people streaming this. I thought there would be... I mean, I said this last time, didn't I? In past years, there were lots of people in this list here. So the number of streamers appearing here has gone down. I've definitely noticed that. But number of people competing has gone up, so I don't know what that means. May as well implement something. Well, this program should work as is, shouldn't it? I mean, it's satisfying all the requirements. And it is technically looking at the hurdle on at least the hurdle game, so that's something. I'll just take the briefest of scans here. GPU thing, well, different lengths. Oh yeah, but might fail. Well, what would cause it to fail? Well, fail as an error. I'm always falling back to going to the right, or whatever. Oh, well, I don't know what the games are. Maybe there's some actual invalid moves. Yeah, I don't know. Cursor with an X and Y coordinate. Okay. So what, you gotta kind of just avoid the wind. Cursor? As in like a mouse cursor? Oh, okay. Fine. Roller speed skating. So this, you're trying to avoid the wind and stay in the middle. This one... So how is that archery? Is it like... You're looking through the point of view of the arrow? Or something? Roller speed skating. Cyclical track. Risk attribute. So you go, if you go really fast, then you have higher risk of falling over, basically. Okay. Diving. Diving goal. So you're given a bunch of directions and you're trying to match it as best as you can. Oh, well, that's a very simply described one. Okay, fine. Oh, your combo. Your combo factor resets to 1 when you don't, when you... So it's like playing those games. Dancing games. They should have just made it dancing. There's dancing in the Olympics, isn't there? Some form of dancing. All right. Yeah, I don't see how this relates to diving any. It could be like synchronized swimming, diving. The music keeps stopping. Third one is the hardest one, so the roller speed one. I see. So we would need some sort of measure of goodness which can be uniform across these 4 games. So you'd want it to make it relate to like essentially what amount of gold medals and score you're going to get in that game, as opposed to amount of distance in a hurdle race or whatever. But we are actually against other people, aren't we? Yeah, okay. Oh, it's computing my rank. Alright, let's see what we end up with. Surprising number of firsts, given that this is just pretending these are all hurdles games. Okay, but it's not going to error out because I'm always doing left up, left down, or right, and as far as I can tell, these games, it's always valid to do anything. So... And we were checking against the end of the string. So it's not like we're going to access an out of string character. We were checking within the string. So yeah, it's safe. It's just basically just I'm surprised it's even winning that many times. I suppose a lot of people have probably just submitted their with1 code, so. But yeah, I mean, all the logic we've used for wood is now basically useless. I can just discard all that. Ranking stabilization. Oh, quite a few. What is this over here? What's this column? Fiverr. Oh yeah, of course. This is sponsored by Fiverr. Do I even have a Fiverr account? Okay. All right. Guess I'm done then. Did it stabilize? Yes. It. Whatever. Doesn't matter. All right. Well, because I just found out about this now. I was gonna. What was I gonna play? I hadn't even decided yet. I'll probably carry on with the roguelikes I was playing yesterday or day before, because that was quite fun. James Bond, I finished that. Nightfire. It was interesting because I've always played Nightfire on the PC, but it turns out that Nightfire on the PC was just like a massive downgrade from the console version. They basically just discarded a bunch of levels and they downgraded the AI. So it was interesting to finally see what the console version was, and I had a mouse hack so I could actually play it using the mouse and keyboard, which would have expected the opposite. I mean, it normally is the opposite. But sometimes console games just really heavily optimized. Like there's been games like Watch Dogs, which they actually added some code to purposely make the graphics on PC look shit, because they wanted more people to buy the console version, and somebody hacked in and found that code, and they deleted that bit of code, and suddenly it looked so much better on PC. So they actually deliberately sabotaged their PC version, so you can actually download the patch which takes that code out, so you can have Watch Dogs looking much better on PC. It's it's really ridiculous. So yeah, there's some games where they do that, but the GameCube version of Nightfire is actually the best one because it's 60 FPS like the PC version, so it's better than the PlayStation version, but it also has a whole bunch of levels, including driving levels, zero gravity levels, submarine level, stuff that they just didn't include in the PC version. The PC version did have X-ray specs, that's the one thing it had. So apparently James Bond in the PC version sent off enough coupons from his breakfast cereal boxes to get the X-ray specs, but I think I will play the PC version later on in the year, maybe, because there is one or two things that was actually in the PC version, like an airfield level that I seem to remember. Alright, 11 days. We've still got a decent amount of time. Silver isn't even open yet. Okay. I guess I'll reboot up the stream in like 5 minutes or so. I think my next thing to try is MCTS. What's that stand for? Is that an algorithm? Minimum cost tree span something? Monte Carlo tree search. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. See you maybe tomorrow at a much earlier time than today.